What's good? Yes, it is Tuesday night. Christmas time for us Sukuna fans, cause we know we were getting some goodies. Yeah, boy. Yes, so we are here with chapter 237 of Jujutsu Kaisen. And so today, we got fed. My Sukuna enjoyers, I know, bring it in. We all knew what was coming. It's okay. But we don't need to gloat, okay? We need to be on our Vinland Saga arc, okay? We need to, we might have been right. We may have held out, but we don't need to do a victory lap. We already knew. So let's just get into the meat and potatoes of this thing, man. Also, leave a like and subscribe. So right here we have a Hajime Kashimo just jumping into the battlefield, and he was about that action. Listen, Kashimo's my guy. I rock with Kashimo. Everyone's all sad because Gojo died, and it's like, oh my god, but Kashimo, no, he jumped out that manhole cover like he was one of the Ninja Turtles. You saw what I'm saying? God, just went to get active. I like that. And then we have Urame coming in, trying to get the assist. You know what I mean? Now, do I think that Urame could take Kashimo? Probably not. Especially with some of the stuff that we kind of start seeing later in this chapter. But I got to hold off on talking about that. So Urame comes in, and then we see a pair of some Air Forces, some Air Force Ones, and that is none other than Kenji Hikari. Oh! No. It's actually good. So y'all know over the past week or so, people have been blowing up these Hikari, memes on TikTok where he's dancing just a funk, some dun, 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 dun. You saw what I'm saying? But very cool character. Obviously, I'm excited to see what he's gonna do, how he's gonna face off against Urame. Very cool stuff. I am hoping that Yuta as well as Maki and the other students kind of join in on this fight because they gotta jump Sukuna. There's no way they can run the fair one on Sukuna, especially what happens at the end of this chapter. So Hikari goes to do his idle death gamble or whatever he goes to do, but then Urame decides drop Sukuna a little something, right? Just drop him a little something. Now I don't particularly know how helpful this is going to be, but what Sukuna ends up receiving is a cursed weapon, which is what Yaoyorozu made in exchange for a binding vow of death. Now I don't really know what that means. I guess I'm sorry, this is a binding vow that she made to Sukuna, I guess, and that he would receive in case she would die, I guess. Is that how I interpreted that? But Kamutoke, now I have no idea what this thing is. It looks like a evil shake weight. And now, I mean, from what we saw, it's just launches an electrical attack. Who knows? Now we know that Sukuna in the Heian era, we know that he was known for using cursed tools. On a one volume cover, he has that trident looking thing. So I don't know, but I do want to see his proficiency with weapons. Very excited to see some more choreography with that kind of stuff. So he launched an electrical attack at Kashimo. Now I don't know how this is gonna play into it because Kashimo, as y'all know, he's an electric type, right? He's a Raichu. It's not very effective, as we know. But Kashimo actually, asked him, "Did you become the strongest or were you born the strongest?" Very interesting question. And then Maya actually said, "But he thinks he's Geto," which is an interesting question. But Sukuna actually answers with, he doesn't know because he was an unwanted child. Now this is bordering into territory I really didn't want to. I don't want Sukuna to have a sad backstory, right? Now obviously we know hurt people, right? But I would really like it if Sukuna was just just evil from jump, you know what I mean? And they could give us some lore. Obviously I want a Heian Air flashback. If this fight ends with no Heian Air flashback, I'm going to be severely disappointed. But Sukuna is basically, I was an unwanted child, so I don't fucking know. I couldn't tell you. And it's, and Kashimo also asked him, he was like, how'd you show affection or mercy to people? Because Kashimo says that he saw all other humans as pieces of dirt. So very interesting. It's almost like kind of like Geto's mentality when he was thinking people as monkeys and also this stuff because he was so strong. So I don't know. I don't think Kashimo would have any children. Same thing with Sukuna. I don't know. Sukuna, it was implied at the Yaoyorozu thing, Sukuna had already found love at one point, so I don't think Sukuna had any children. Now you have that theory with Yuji's grandfather looking a lot like him, especially in his Heian era form. I briefly talked about that in the video. But no, I doubt Sukuna was the type to reproduce, you know what I mean? I don't think so. I mean, if it wasn't anybody, it'd be with Arame. But Arame's genetic female, right? Or biological female? I have no idea. So then we get this pretty cool panel. I love the destruction on Sukuna's eye. I really like that shot. And Sukuna calls Kashimo extravagant. You know, because Kashimo has kind of like that same mentality as Gojo did, where he's basically like, you know, man, he's like, you're strong, man. He's like, you know what? You got that mentality. You got that dog in you. So he's like, come on, let's go. Let's run it. Let's run it. And Kashimo, he gets busy, right? He gets right to business trying to get him with that staff. You know what I mean? Sukuna blocks it, obviously, because I don't really think that, you know, regular taijutsu, quote unquote, was going to do anything to Sukuna, obviously. But he is weaker. He still has his hand that he's lost. But, you know, he blocks it with a little evil shake weight or whatever. And then Kashino actually activates his curse technique, Genju Kohasaku. I think Genju Kohasaku, excuse me. I don't speak Japanese natively, and neither do you. Now, apparently this roughly translates to something called Phantom Beast Amber, and I gotta say, man, he's starting getting some market out of him. You know what I'm saying? Now he gets a punch in the face, you know what I mean? And then we get this really cool panel. So I love Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh! Do not go to the comments, by the way, because all you have are just Gojo fans just crying and I'm sorry, that tickled me. With this really cool panel, so he unleashes this like breath-looking attack, which this is gonna look so good in the official scans, I can already tell. But he blasts this attack at Sukuna and it starts to inflame him. Now I don't know if these are flames, but the narrator explains that Kashimo's curse technique remakes his body to be able to blast any kind of attack which Kashimo can make from his curse energy. Now any kind of attack, I don't know if this is fire, ice, I have no idea. It's like an elemental power, it could be water. I don't know. Presumably it's like a just energy, but I don't know what any type of attack means. It's very vague. So obviously we had to wait for the official translations for that. Very cool. And so Kashimo, he basically activates the night guy, right? So apparently after this thing ends, like it's like supercharging all the cells in his body. So when it turned off, like when this technique it ends, Kashimo's body will be like crunched. You know what I mean? He'll probably like turn to ash or something. But you know, he starts like, dude, look how he looks. I love. It looks like a mask, dude. It actually kind of reminds me of something from Mortal Kombat. Actually, I started playing Mortal Kombat 1. I might do a video on that maybe sometime soon. He actually gets a lick in on Sukuna. Apparently, it heightens his agility and all that. Now, mind you, also, by the way, people are like, oh, base Sukuna couldn't take Kashimo. He literally just got out of a fight with Gojo, who is the other strongest sorcerer at the time. So he's probably going to be a little gassed. And he can't really activate too much of his reverse curse technique right now. But, oh, well, spoiled it. Oh, shit. So then the narrator then begins explaining that Sukuna had a method of reviving his original body only once without using reverse curse technique, but Sukuna had intentionally halted it. What that means, I have no idea. Again, we gotta wait for official translations. Now, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what hold on, man. Hold on. Ah! There he is. Yes. Oh my God. I can't wait. Oh my God. OG Sukuna is back and the forearm form is back. Let's go. Now it looks like he's been healed. It looks like he has been healed. So it looks like he's coming into this battle fresh. Listen to me. I have a feeling that Sukuna is not going to use that dismantle thing that he used on Gojo, because he wants to prolong this fight and see if Kashimo can give him some sort of challenge. Because I'm gonna be real with you, I don't think if Gojo couldn't see that thing coming, there is no way that Kashimo is going to see a slice like King Crimson through the universe, like D4C through the universe through him. There's no way he's gonna see that coming, bro. So I don't know. Like, again, Kashimo's technique is strictly only physical attacks, but Sukuna has too many hacks at his disposal. I don't know what he's gonna be able to do to him. I mean, like taijutsu and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's cool and all, but you know, like if this was like Yuji that Kashimo is fighting, it'd be different, right? It'd be different because Yuji excels at his physical prowess and all that with divergent fist, black flash, and all that stuff. But Sukuna, he's just too cunning. He's too sly. You know what I mean? He literally used Mahoraga as a test dummy twice against Gojo and, once against Yaoyorozu because he just wanted to see. Apparently it's implied that he just threw Mahoraga at Gojo, not to see if Mahoraga could kill him, but literally if he could do it. If he could just you know what? Can I get past his infinity? Mahoraga try it. You know what I mean? So again, I don't know. I don't know what this thing is gonna do, man. I mean, again, it'd be cool. It's cool to see Sukuna start using weapons and all that. I hope he gets his trident. That'd be really sick if he gets his trident. But you know, and listen, I love anything he does, man. This man has proved he is not a fraud. So that's my biggest thing, right? Yes. All my Sukuna fans, they up in here. Well, people are too creative, bro. That's actually a really well done edit. But yeah, man, and no break next week. Ooh, dude, no Gojo this chapter. I don't care. Keep him out of the story. He's dead. Everybody's staring at Yuji, the star player. Stop acting like a bitch and play. Oh my god. Oh, dude, Yuji would be damn. Waiting for his flashback power rooms to finish downloading. Oh my god. Oh, Jacopium. That's crazy. These edits are what I like that. That's actually really nice. Oh, technique. That was that's a nice edit as well. Gojo fans, bro, y'all are creative. A little annoying. Kind of pissed me off most of the time. Especially with like the death threats they've been sending to Gege as well. Not like sending, but like, you know, people are like, oh, Gege, when I find you, Gege, when I find you, it's gonna be raps for you. Like that shit ain't cool, bro. That's just corny. And it really serves no place, especially, you know, this dude's just writing a story that he really likes. So when people get emotionally invested and all that shit, like threatening the author jokingly, but some people are serious. We've seen this time and time again. That shit ain't cool. It's corny as fuck. So don't do it. But yeah, man, I'm so excited. I can't wait another week. I want to see Sukuna put in some work against Akari. Now, I don't. Again, there's nothing I think that Kashimo could do to Sukuna. We literally just had about, you know, 12 chapters of him boxing back and forth with the strongest sorcerer in the realm, and I know for a definitive fact that Gojo could take Kashimo any day of the week. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We will see, man. But yeah, I mean, Sukuna fans, y'all know, obviously, I appreciate the support. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. But I'm very interested to see what Kashimo can do, man. Kashimo, I don't think he's gonna go down soft or anything like that. He's probably gonna bust some other stuff out if he was smart, you know. So yeah, I mean, yo, Kashimo doesn't be the strongest as well. You know, you saw other people's ants and all that. I can't see this fight going more than 3 to 4 chapters, though. That's the only thing. This is obviously not gonna be as long as Gojo versus Sukuna. At least I would hope not. But yeah, man, just obviously I'm very excited. Let me know down in the comments what you think, guys. If you think that Kashimo is going to last a little longer, you think he's going to last, I don't know, maybe 10 plus chapters, I don't know. How do you think Orame is going to deal with Hakari? That's a really big question I have. We don't know enough about Orame, especially their curse technique as well, because it could just be ice or whatever. But Hakari just seems too broken as far as like his hacks and all that go. I don't know. I definitely, I mean, if you like froze his brain, could he can't regenerate another one, I guess. I mean, obviously the only way to kill Hakari is to rip his head off, but I don't know, is Arame fast enough to do that? I don't know. Like, Arame got speed blitzed by Gojo, but I mean, that's not saying much because most characters would get speed blitzed by Gojo. But yeah, just let me know down in the comments what you think, guys. Are you guys gonna enjoy this fight? Or are you gonna, you know, hop off the Jujutsu Kaisen train? People were pissing, crying, and shit, and that their favorite character died. So like, oh, this story fucking sucks. I'm leaving. Which, I mean, cool. I mean, thanks. Appreciate your absence. But yeah, it's been what have you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this video, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.